Hi, I'm Christian McNally, celebrity makeup artist and founder of War Paint Academy and Bangs and Blush Management. I'm here today to show you a dramatic look using advanced mineral makeup. Okay, so how we're going to start off this amazing makeover today on the beautiful Kelsey is we're going to start off by using just a little bit of concealer mixed in with a little bit of pressed powder, and that's all that we're going to do for the complexion. We're going to start off with a little bit of the concealer. I'm going to take a foundation brush, go ahead and look up. And I'm going to apply it towards the inner 1/3 of Kelsey's eyes here. And you can use a brush or your fingers. I'm going to take and just put a little bit on her chin. Nice thing about the concealer is you can also use it as conventional concealer underneath the eyes, but also remember you can cover blemishes or any other kind of skin challenges you might have for a little bit of thicker of a coverage. Then I'm going to take the foundation brush and just start to blend it. Maybe use my finger a little bit here. Remember with foundation really only has a couple of functions. Its function is to basically protect your skin, so you want to make sure that you're using products with great integrity in their ingredients, which the Advanced Mineral has got some of the best ingredients that's available. It's vegan, it's paraben free, it's talc free, just incredible to be able to use products that are good for your skin. And close. Because when Kelsey takes off the makeup, we want to make sure that her skin has a nice, beautiful complexion instead of her saying, oh my lord, I've got to get that makeup back on because the makeup's rotting my face. So now what we're going to do is come through a little bit of the pressed Advanced Mineral foundation and a powder foundation brush, and we're going to come through and just start applying. Now if you want it to have more of a matte complexion, then use your stroke in a downward motion. If you want it to be something where it's going to be a little bit more luminescent or dewy, you can do a circular motion. But I think today what we're going to do is give Kelsey a little bit more of a matte complexion here. And how you want to identify which complexion would be right for you is really whatever type of skin that you've got. So if your skin's a little bit more oily, the last thing that you want to do is make it appear, well, more oily. And you see how beautiful just the powder is? I mean, that's what I just love so much about mineral makeup. You cannot do this with conventional makeup. Go ahead and close your eyes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the brush and see how I'm spinning it over her eyes? Taking it, just spinning it. Does that feel good?
Yes.
Kind of feels like a little eye massage. Okay, but see how beautifully that's spread over the eyes? And there you have it. Something just real quick, real easy, gives her the perfect, beautiful complexion that most people are looking for. And if cost effective, I always like to keep in somebody's budget. So maybe you can't afford, especially as a teenager, that has to use, eye cream, nose cream, hair cream, foundation, powder, all this stuff, when I can make it simply fall into your budget by giving you a one-stop shop with just using a pressed powder and a concealer to create your entire complexion. Now what we're going to do is we're going to move right into contouring or even bronzing. Okay, so how you want to bronze is it's very simple. You don't want to take the bronzer and just start going all over the entire face, right? Then you're going to definitely make it look like you got, you've changed your ethnicity. We don't want to do that. What we're going to do is we're going to use the bronzer as a contour. Okay, so what's going to happen is we're just going to just put a little bit more shape back into the skin, or into the face. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start by using the bronzer and coming right here in the temple area and then right underneath the cheekbones. Can everybody see where I am right there? There we go. Look at that. And this is just going to put dimension back into the face. You can also do a backwards 3, a sideways E, an upside down M, however you want to call it. Just make sure that you're coming right underneath the cheekbone. So can you see where I am? Right underneath the cheekbone and underneath the jaw. What a lot of people make the mistake is they put their contour on top of their cheekbone. Well, if you do that, what you've done is you force light to now deflect off of the cheekbone, reflect into this part of the face, and it actually make the face appear bigger. So you've made the cheekbone look smaller and your cheeks look bigger. If you do accidentally get a little heavy-handed with your contour, no big deal. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the powder foundation brush and give the contour just a little bit more depth. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little bit of pink blush. Can you see how she has a more darker, more of a warmer complexion? So I'm going to put a little bit of a cooler blush on her warmer complexion to really just give it a lot more of a contrast instead of a matchy-matchy. Okay, so what this is going to do is this is really just going to kind of accentuate her skin instead of blend in and look muddy. Okay, so I just want to keep it real soft. And oh, if you can see, I'm barely touching her cheek here and putting it on the apples of the cheek. Once again, if you do accidentally grab too much, don't freak out and have a makeup moment. Just grab your foundation powder brush and give it a little bit of depth. There you have it. We just have a beautiful complexion. Now we've done the contour, a little bit of blush, and you can see how the whole makeover is coming together. Really, right here, I could almost stop with Kelsey, put a little bit of lip gloss on and a little bit of mascara, and she could be completely done. But that's not what we're doing here today. We're going to give Kelsey a little more intense look than that today. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start off with the eyes. First, I'm going to take and do just a little bit of eyebrow fill with a soft dark brown shadow. And when I'm doing the brows, I'm barely touching her brow. I'm just getting the color on her brow. You know, always make sure with your brows that you're keeping them maintained by either waxing or tweezing. Remember, you tweeze, but you don't pluck because you're not a chicken. And just filling them in. Waxing is generally the best way to go. Threading is a great way to do it. But when you're waxing your brows, you're pulling it from the root, so it takes longer to close. For that to grow back. Whatever you do, do not shave your brows. If you shave your brows, they will come back stronger and harder and wirier. Okay, now what we're going to do that we're done with the brows is we're going to come in and we're going to do more of a contoured smoky eye. So instead of where you would normally take your smoky eye and just line around the lash line and then blend that, which is a great way to create your smoky eye. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to draw a little line that goes up into her contour. So can you see what I'm doing right there? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a dome type brush and I'm going to take a little bit of that pressed powder and I'm going to start to blend that black liner. You want to take and just move that liner and make sure you're using enough pressure to really get it, but what it'll do is it'll make the contour of the eye way more intense. The lash line we're going to take and blend that to an edgeless finish. So basically what we're doing is we're taking the line, putting it here, and leaving this area relatively blank. Open up. Okay, can you see what that's starting to do? Now this look definitely gets a little messy as you get towards the end of it. So don't get frustrated if it's not looking exactly the way that you want to when you're in the liner stage. Look up. On the lower lash line, we're going to put just a little bit of liner at that lash line. And you want to get that line as close to the lashes as you can. So can you see how I'm right in there in the lashes? I'm not too far below. Now I'm going to take this dome brush, I'm going to take and stretch the eye just a little bit, and I'm going to work that liner into her lash line. Can you see how the smokiness is starting to take effect? Go ahead and close your eyes. You can see how a little bit of our line, so see how it's a lot more intense here at the lash line than it is here in the contour. And can you see how I'm just picking it up, taking a little bit of that powder, blending it in to the liner and the contour. Okay, and can you see how the intensity is starting to be applied when both eyes are done? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, it's kind of like a opalescent color, and I'm going to apply it right in the area between where the two black contours are, or the two black lines. Taking and putting that same color up as a little bit of a brow highlight. Go ahead and open up. And can you see how the color is just starting to really come together here? I like it. So go ahead and close your eyes for me. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of a charcoal gray. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take and I'm going to intensify that line in the contour with the shadow. Now for a couple of reasons. One, it's just going to give it intensity. That's obvious. Two, it's going to set that pencil. So that pencil's not all of a sudden going to spread all over the eye and make it look like she got socked in the face. And I'm going to take also that same color, that charcoal gray, and really just kind of put it right there at the lash line. Woo! Like that. Once again, doing the same job twice. As you can see, and I am barely touching her eye at all. Very, very soft. And there's also very little product that I'm doing, and I'll show you how I'm doing it. What I'm doing when I come through and touch that product, I'm doing that number, okay? Remember, especially with advanced mineral makeup, plant pigment. And what it will do is be very pigmented. Now, you got to be very careful for fall off as well. I didn't seem to get that much, but if you do, remove it immediately. Do not let it settle in underneath the eye. All right. You see how that's starting to take effect? Now what I'm going to do is take just a hint of pink and put it right in the center, almost kind of where your eyeball lies right there. You notice right there in the center. Not here, not over there, just right in the middle of the eye. And I'm kind of doing it, can you see how I'm just doing it in a little tapping motion? Barely any product on there, but it'll give just a bit of pink right there. And the reason I chose pink is because she has green eyes. So I wanted to incorporate a little bit of color to accentuate those green eyes. And then, also using color. Everybody thinks smoky eyes is black smoky eyes. And, but you can do so many different things with smoky eyes using color. Okay, then what I'm going to do is take a really light highlighter color, almost kind of a white, from the Advanced Mineral Day Palette, and kind of give it just right underneath the brow. Oh, I need more of that. There, look at that. Okay, and look up for me. I'm going to come right in the inner 1/3 of the eye. And when you're working with a smoky eye, it's the fine tuning that really takes it from, that looks pretty good, to, wow, that looks amazing. Now, I'm going to intensify it just even a little bit more, and I'm going to take an angle brush and I'm going to wet it. And I'm going to take the purple color. It's almost like a midnight purple. And I'm going to drop it right into the lashes. Once again, just giving it a hint of color. But really what I want that color to do, like we had talked about before with the pink, is to accentuate those beautiful green eyes. We'll do a little bit on the lower lash line. What the heck? Kind of making this up as we go along, you know? That's makeup. Have fun with makeup. Experiment. Play with it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that liner that we did all the lining with, and I'm going to line the inner rim of the eye. And this is really going to take and intensify it for me. Go ahead and look up for me. Oh yeah. Now you can do all different kinds of levels of smoky eye. And I'm sure that you've seen everything from a soft smoky eye to a more intense smoky eye, but really you can do as much as you want. Now we're going to start with a little bit of the Advanced Mineral Luxury Lash. We're going to take and bring your eyes down for me just a minute. A little further. And we're going to apply the mascara and trying to roll the mascara off the edges. Right there. Now what I did is I had a disposable mascara wand. Now I'm going to take a disposable mascara wand with no product on it. And can you see what I'm doing? This will guarantee you clump free. Make sure that you're flaring the lashes in an outward direction. And I love Kelsey's lashes here. Looks like you could land small aircraft on these things. They're so long. And now what we're going to do is take just a little bit, go ahead and look up, and apply it to the lower lashes, flaring them out as well. I always generally say maybe if you want to go heavy, 2 or 3 layers on the top and then 1 on the bottom. Don't get too heavy-handed with your mascara on the lower lashes, especially with lashes this long. You'll look like Spider Lady. All right, I think that looks like a wonderful, intense smoky eye. Now you can make this more intense, you can make it less intense. It's not really about the intensity, it's more about how to apply it. Then you just figure out what level it is that you want it. So I always say, you know what, you got a hot date, do a little bit more intense. You got church, well, maybe you want to do it a little bit softer. So it'll give you the variety of different things that you can, create with your smoky eye by just learning the techniques, and then you apply your own colors to it. But I think this is great. Now what I'm going to do for the lips is I'm going to take the luminizer from Advanced Mineral Makeup, which you can use for the cheeks. I could probably use it for the eyes. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use it on her lips, and I think it's going to look absolutely beautiful. And then I'm going to take a lip brush, get a good generous amount on the lip brush, and I'm going to start in the center of the lips and work out. You never want to start lip gloss here in the corner. It'll get all junky looking like you ate something bad or something. Close and smile. Ooh yeah, good. That's the universal sound for mush your lips together. Now I've gotten kind of inspired by the luminizer. And I'm going to take and luminize her cheeks a little bit with the leftover that I've got here. And just kind of put just a little bit into the cheekbone. Give it a little bit of a luminized look. Maybe I'll take let's luminize her nose. We'll freak out with the luminizer. Put it on her chin. So there you go. We created just a beautiful smoky eye with a different twist, teaching you all new ways how to do some different kind of contouring by contouring with a pencil and the contour of the eye. We went crazy with the luminizer, and we luminized the lips, the cheeks, the nose, the chin, the forehead. But I think it gives that beautiful, well, I think the J-Lo glow, which I thought was just terrific. How do you feel about it?
It's very light and airy. It feels great.
Yeah, isn't it? And how do you like look now? Do you normally wear your makeup this intense?
Not usually, but it's a nice look to change it up.
Yeah. I think it is too for you. I think it looks absolutely great. Well, thank you very much for joining us. Once again, I'm Christian McNally with Bangs and Blush and War Paint Academy.